The BR Standard Class 7, better known as the Britannia Class, was the first and most emblematic of British Railways post-nationalisation standard steam locomotives, being a two-cylinder 462 Pacific designed under Robert A. Riddles for Class 7 mixed traffic work, and was powerful enough for express passenger services, yet intended to be simpler, more maintainable, and more widely useful than many of the inherited pre-nationalisation Pacifics. 55 were built at Crew Works between January 1951 and September 1954, numbering 70,000 to 70054, and their careers coincided almost exactly with the last confident phase of British mainline steam before the 1955 Modernization plan, and accelerating dieselisation cut short the working lives for which they had been designed. The background to the Britannias lay in the conditions of Britain's railways after the Second World War and nationalisation on January 1st, 1948, with British Railways having inherited the locomotive fleets of the Great Western, London Midland and Scottish, London and North Eastern and Southern Railways, with a huge and varied stock of locomotives, many worn by wartime overuse, deferred maintenance, and the need to keep traffic moving with limited resources. Riddles, who had worked under Sir William Stanier on the LMS and had wartime experience with the WD Austerity 280 and 210 locomotives, became the leading figure in BR locomotive policy, being supported by engineers including E.S. Cox and R.C. Bond, with the early standard programme being shaped by the desire to rationalise locomotive construction, reduce the number of unique components, improve availability, and make engines easier and quicker to maintain. The 1948 locomotive exchanges were crucial, as representative locomotives from the former Big Four were tested away from their home territories, so that BR could compare performance, coal and water consumption, handling, maintenance demands and suitability across the national system. The standard programme was not simply an exercise in copying one company's designs, although LMS practice was strongly represented because many of the senior engineers came from that tradition, but was intended to combine the best practical features of the pre-nationalisation companies while rejecting features that BR considered expensive, inaccessible, or unnecessarily specialised. Ease of maintenance was central, with outside cylinders and outside Volshirt's valve gear being favoured because they were accessible, while standardised fittings and cab layouts were intended to make life easier for footplate and workshop staff, and high running plates allowed access to motion and frames. The Britannia design was therefore a deliberate compromise, being a Pacific, but not a maximum power express passenger Pacific in the manner of an LMS Duchess, an LNER A4, or a rebuilt Southern Merchant Navy, being classified 7MT, meaning it sat between pure express passenger and heavy mixed traffic work. Its 6'2" driving wheels were smaller than those of many express passenger Pacifics, giving a useful balance between fast running and tractive effort, while its two outside cylinders, each 20 inches by 28 inches, developed a nominal tractive effort of 32,150 pounds force at a boiler pressure of 250 psi. The locomotive had a 42 square foot grate, 210 square foot of firebox heating surface, 2,264 square foot of tube and flue heating surface, and 718 square foot of superheater heating surface. The standard wheel arrangement was 462 or 2C1H2 in UIC notation, with the leading wheels being 3 foot 0 inches in diameter, the coupled driving wheels being 6 foot 2 inches in diameter, and the trailing wheels 3 foot 3.5 inches. Overall dimensions were approximately 68 foot 9 inches in length, 8 foot 8 3/4 inches in width, and 13 foot and half an inch in height. The adhesive weight was about 61.5 long tons, locomotive weight was about 94 long tons, and maximum axle load was around 20.5 tons, giving the class a route availability of 8, and making it relatively widely routable for a British Pacific of its power. The design drew on several earlier influences, with the wide firebox and trailing truck being owed to Southern Railway Pacific thinking, especially the Bulliard School, while the desire for accessible motion, exposed pipework and stand-in fittings reflected BR's maintenance-led approach. The firebox had a rocking grate to help remove ash and clinker on the move, but unlike Bulliard's Southern Pacifics, it used a copper inner firebox and did not employ thermic siphons, with the boiler being of the BR1 type and had a self-cleaning smoke box that reduced the labour needed from cleaners and the single chimney, unusual on a large Pacific when double chimneys were often associated with freer steaming, was selected because BR's drafting work, including research at Rugby and Swindon, indicated that a well-designed single chimney and blast pipe arrangement could give satisfactory results. The layout placed much of the motion outside the frames, and the high running plate, later typical of many BR standards, gave better access for lubrication and inspection. The cab was also important, with BR building a mock-up at crew so that the ergonomics of the footplate could be assessed before final construction, with the result being a roomy and comparatively modern working environment with a more rational arrangement of controls than many older engines. 2 injectors were fitted, including a GWR-type live steam injector on the left and a Davies and Metcalfe exhaust steam injector on the right, feeding through Southern Railway-style clack valves. The tenders varied as the class developed, with most of the first engines having BR1 tenders carrying 7 tons of coal and 4,250 imperial gallons of water, while some later examples received BR1A tenders with 5,000 gallons of water, which was useful for longer runs. The final 10, 70045 to 70054, were paired with BR1D tenders carrying 9 tons of coal and 4,750 gallons of water, which were intended for longer distance work, especially in the north, and included a steam-operated coal pusher to reduce the physical labour of bringing coal forward. Construction took place entirely at Crewe Works, although the design work was centred at Derby and drew on input from other regions, with the first locomotive, 70,000 Britannia, appearing in January 1951 and was the first BR standard steam locomotive to be completed. It initially ran in plain black without nameplates, undertaking early trials between Crewe and Carlisle before returning to Crewe for finishing in BR-lined Brunswick Green. It was formally named at Marylebone on January 30th, 1951 by the Minister of Transport, with completion of the engine having cost £20,325. The class was built in 3 batches, with 70,000 to 70024 in 1951, 70025 to 70044 between 1952 and 1953, and 70045 to 70054 in 1954. Demand from the eastern region was so strong that further engines were pressed forward before all the teething troubles of the first batch had been fully cured, while the Britannias were also followed by the lighter Class 6 Clan Pacifics, which shared some family resemblances, but were built in smaller numbers and never enjoyed the same reputation. The most serious initial problems concerning the Britannias during their early careers were the driving wheels moving on their axles, with October 1951 seeing the first 25 engines being withdrawn for attention after crew reporting mechanical concerns. The original return crank arrangement, influenced by LNER practice, was replaced by the simpler LMS 4-stud pattern, partly because of overheating and maintenance difficulties with the earlier arrangement. Another early fault was a fore and aft surging of pitching motion, sufficient in some cases to annoy passengers, and even move fire irons forward from a tender compartment into the cab, with the remedy involving changes to the drawbar springing between the engine and the tender. Other variations appeared during construction, with locomotives 70035 to 70039 having roller bearings on the leading and trailing coupled axles, but plain bearings elsewhere, while 70040 to 7049 were built with plain bearings throughout, and numbers 7043 and 044 were temporarily fitted with Westinghouse air brake equipment for trials, and because of this, initially ran without the normal smoke deflectors, giving them a noticeably different appearance. 70045 later acquired LMS-style oval buffers after collision damage, while Western Region locomotives also acquired altered smoke deflectors, with hand and foot holes cut in, replacing the original external handrails in an attempt to improve forward visibility, with some of these deflectors later migrating to other members of the class. The naming convention of the class gave it much of its public identity, with the pioneer engine's name, Britannia, setting the tone, though there was debate because the name had already been carried elsewhere. The broader naming pattern included Great Britons, names formerly carried by GWR Star-class locomotives, and Scottish Firths, with monikers of the class including such names as Oliver Cromwell, William Shakespeare, Robin Hood, Polar Star, Iron Duke, Firth of Tay, Firth of Forth, and Solway Firth, though one member, 70047, remained unnamed. The class entered service first on the Eastern Region, where it made its strongest early impression, with Stratford Depot using Britannias on East Anglian services, and crews there generally liked them, with their relatively low axle load for a Pacific, good power and modern cab, making them valuable on routes where heavier older Pacifics could not easily go. Britannia itself became closely associated with London-Liverpool Street, Norwich, Great Yarmouth, Harwich and the Hook Continental boat train to Parkeston Quay, And while the engine did not accumulate the extreme annual mileages of some classmates because it became the regular engine of the Hook Continental, it still attained 57,500 miles in service during 1954 alone, while also working named expresses such as the Norfolkman and the East Anglian, and in 1958 it was selected for the newly promoted Essex Coast Express between Clacton and Liverpool Street. Britannia's early public career also included rural duties, and in February 1952, following the death of King George VI at Sandringham, the engine hauled the funeral train from King's Lynn to King's Cross, with its cab roof painted white in the convention used for royal locomotives, before being displayed at Doncaster Works in 1953, and continuing to work important East Anglian and boat train duties before later transfers took it to Norwich Thorpe, March, Willesden, Crewe North, Crewe South and Newton Heath. In regular service on the eastern region, Britannias on London to Norwich expresses would cover around 460 miles per day each, while on the London Midland region, they were used on long mainline services, including Euston, Holyhead, Carlisle and Scottish work, but some reports complained that they lost time on the hardest diagrams, as with many steam classes, performance depended heavily on how crews fired and drove them. On the western region, opposition was stronger, partly because of loyalty to GWR practice, and partly because the Britannias were left-hand drive, whereas western region signalling and locomotive practice had long favoured right-hand drive, with Old Oak Common and Lara being particularly reluctant users, while Cardiff Canton, despite being a former GWR depot, made better use of them on South Wales passenger traffic. The southern region also briefly used Britannias in unusual circumstances, as in May 1953, when all Merchant Navy class locomotives were temporarily withdrawn for inspection after the crank-axle failure of 35020 Bibby Line, 7 Britannias were allocated to the southern as emergency cover. The class's service history was not without serious accidents though, as on November 20th, 1955, 70026 Polar Star was hauling an excursion train that derailed at Milton, Oxfordshire, after excessive speed through a crossover, resulting in 11 people being killed and many more injured. On January 21st, 1960, 70052 Firth of Tay was involved in the Settle accident while hauling a Glasgow St Enoch to London St Pancras Express, with the Ministry of Transport report identifying the accident as caused by locomotive equipment coming out of gauge, damaging the track and causing a derailment and sidelong collision, with 5 fatalities and 9 injuries being recorded, while insecure train equipment and inadequate maintenance were identified as the primary and secondary causes. In 1965, 70051 Firth of Forth suffered a firebox blowback near Winsford, with driver Wallace Oates remaining at his post long enough to bring the train safely to a stand, but died from his injuries and was posthumously awarded the George Cross, while in 1966, 70017 Arrow was damaged after derailment at Carlisle St Nicholas and was subsequently withdrawn. By the mid-1960s, the Britannias were being overtaken by national policy shifts, with the 1955 Modernization plan moving BR decisively towards diesel and electric traction, and expensive general overhauls of steam locomotives became harder to justify. As newer diesels spread, the Britannias were displaced from many of their earlier prestige duties and concentrated increasingly in the northwest and Scotland, especially around Carlisle Kingmore and Glasgow Portmedy. They would become familiar on the West Coast Main Line, the Settle in Carlisle, the Cumbrian Coastline, and associated parcels and passenger work. Withdrawals began in June 1965 when 70007 Coeur de Lion and 70043 Lord Kitchener were taken out of service, with 12 more following in 1966, including the first of the class 70,000 Britannia, which was withdrawn in May 1966. The process then accelerated dramatically, with 40 being withdrawn in 1967, leaving only 70013 Oliver Cromwell in traffic into 1968. Oliver Cromwell itself would become one of the locomotives used on the 15 Guinea Special of August 11, 1968, that celebrated the last British Railways standard gauge mainline steam passenger working, following the service as far as Carlisle. Today, 2 members of the class have survived, with 70013 Oliver Cromwell entering the National Collection and is owned by the National Railway Museum, and is cared for at the Great Central Railway. It was restored to steam in the Preservation era and returned to the main line in 2008, partaking in commemorative workings connected with the 40th anniversary of the end of BR steam, though in 2012 it was involved in a blowback incident at Wood Green Tunnel, resulting in 3 footplate staff being injured, with 2 being taken to hospital and released the same day. 70,000 Britannia, meanwhile, survived through private preservation after being rejected from the National Collection, reportedly because of its prototype differences and poor mechanical condition. It was bought by preservationists, moved to the Severn Valley Railway in 1971, returned to steam in 1978, and was later based at the Nene Valley Railway, where it acquired air braking equipment, before returning to the main line in 1991, and ran until boiler problems intervened in 1997, before then passing through ownership associated with Pete Waterman, before being acquired by Jeremy Hosking and the Royal Scot Locomotive and General Trust. Its major 21st century overhaul included extensive boiler, firebox, smokebox and cab work, together with modern mainline safety systems such as TPWS and OTMR, in addition to AWS. It returned to steam in 2010 and to mainline operation in 2011, with January 2012 seeing it again carry a white cab roof when hauling a royal train with the then Prince Charles, who rededicated the locomotive at Wakefield Kirkgate. Britannia's preservation career has continued to echo the mechanical themes of its BR life, with long periods of successful mainline running interrupted by heavy repairs, with the engine suffering collision damage at the North Norfolk Railway in 2013, and later underwent work after wheel and vibration issues before returning to traffic, and in August 2023 suffered a serious right-hand crosshead failure while hauling a Surrey Hills rail tour, with the engine returning to traffic in March 2024. Therefore, the BR Standard Class 7 was one of the most successful expressions of the BR Standard steam ideal, not rendering the older Pacifics obsolete, but at the same time did not have time to prove what its whole life maintenance economy might have been over 30 to 40 years due to their careers being curtailed by dieselization. The class combined accessibility, standardization, modern crew accommodation, good route availability for a Pacific, and genuine mixed traffic capacity, though its weaknesses were very real, including early mechanical defects, some regional hostility, two-cylinder surging, visibility issues in certain conditions, and serious failures that demanded modification. However, the broad verdict from many crews and sheds was favourable, with the Britannias being handsome, capable and adaptable locomotives, born at the moment when British steam engineering had learned many of its hardest lessons, but just before national policy decided that steam itself no longer had a future. Their short careers therefore gave them a particular historic poignancy, being among the best mainline steam locomotives British Railways ever built, and among the last to show what a modern British steam fleet might have become had history allowed it.